Dun, 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 dun. Greetings and salutations, everyone. I'm trying very hard not to sing along with this. Bose is nearly, if not just as lively as the royal city. We do a lot of trade with merchants from the Empire. In other words, we're not into a short supply of much of anything. There's no place quite like Bose in Market in Gransel, that's for sure. This music is just so upbeat, it's very hard not to sing along with it. But, that said, greetings and salutations everyone. This is Let's Play Trails in the Sky. I'm Ekamek. Yeah, in the last episode we got to Bose, and we finished a little side quest. In this episode we're going to visit Bose very securely and figure out what the heck is going on. And my moved recording bar has been moved over to here. Oh, Sherazade! You arrived a lot sooner than I expected. I appreciate you coming all the way from Roland. It's been a while, hasn't it, Lugrin? Did someone tell you we were coming ahead of time? Yes, I received a call from Aina not that long ago. That means that the kids with you are Cassius's children? Yes, that's right. It's nice to meet you, sir. I'm Estelle Bright. I'm Joshua Bright. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Lugrin, and I oversee the Bose branch. Your father and I go way back. Please, just call me Lugrin. Sure, we'll do that. That said, could you give us a quick update on the missing airline incident? Yes, about that. The Royal Army is still continuing its search. However, with the Army's current restriction on information, no public updates of the situation have been made. And not only has the general public been kept in the dark, but the Guild hasn't heard a word either. Really? Why not? Aren't the Army and the Guild supposed to be cooperating together? Well, that's the way it is on the surface anyway. In actuality, there's a lot of opposition between both parties on a number of aspects. So pretty much what you're saying is it's just a bunch of jurisdictional disputes, right? I hate to admit it, but that's the situation. I can't tell what that first word is. General Morgan has gotten involved. Did you just say General Morgan? Great, now it looks like things are really going to be a pain. General Morgan? Who's that? He's famous for repelling the Imperial Army's invasion 10 years ago. You should have read about him in the history books. Amazingly enough, I don't recall the name. Amazingly enough, I am not surprised. What's the big deal with this famous guy anyway? From what I've heard, he's not the biggest fan of the Bracer Guild. Hates Bracers, in fact. Seems he even made it a point to routinely assert there's no need for a Bracer Guild. Sounds like a real whack job to me. I've only just found out about him and I hate him already. So what you're saying is we're not getting any information because of this general? That's not really important at the moment. What really matters is that Bracers are being prohibited from entering the regions they are investigating. Oh, and because of that, it's causing conflicts with our other work. But we came all this way from Roland. If that's the way it's going to be, then it's time to duel it out with the general to decide who gets to investigate the incident. Of course, Estelle would take the hard-headed approach. You're talking like a crazy person, Estelle. Keep your cool, Bracer. There are other ways. Just the request we received, just such as the request we received from the mayors concerning the incident. She has asked that we conduct an investigation from the guild side, separate from the army. Well, that's encouraging news. If it's an official request from the mayor, it'll be a great pretext for us to conduct our own investigation. I see. Well, isn't this perfect timing? Lugrin will accept the mayor's request. That sounds fine by me. But before you go, you two are junior Bracers, right? Yeah, why? Junior Bracers, so to speak, are members in training registered at various branches. In short, their performances are monitored by the branch where they are currently registered. And right now, for you two, that would be Roland. So what you're trying to say is that we have to change our registration if we want to accept jobs here, right? You've got it. Here, all you have to do is sign all these forms to transfer your registration. Sure. Our names go here, and Estelle and Joshua filled out the registration transfer forms. Firstborns may have been involved as well. Alright, it looks like everything is in order. Junior Braces, Estelle and Joshua. As of this day at 15:20, your registration at the Bose branch has been approved. No, it's not 15:20 right now, it's not reading my system clock. This means that you are now members of the Bose branch. So you know, once you become a senior bracer, you can do any job without being registered to a particular branch. But on the flip side, your duties and responsibilities increase as well. Understood. So we're pretty still newbies. Well, it looks like now I'll be able to entrust you with the mayor's request. The mayor's residence is near the West Gate. You should go there and talk to her directly. We'll do that. Understood. And let's just have a look at what's on the board. Oh, we've already finished that, haven't we? Question, can I just... Yes, so we still get credit for the letter carrier, thank goodness. That's 2 BP. Reported results for East Bose Monster. 4 BP. We're a 7th class bracer. Good work, looks like you managed to achieve your objective. Come back again if you have anything else to report. Alright, and unfortunately, because my laptop decided that right before I record is an excellent time to mess up, I'm having to rely on a much less reliable, shall we say, way of doing this. Okay. New side quests at your workplace, none need to be done immediately. Report in thoroughly, then proceed with your main quest objective until you have to travel out of the city. Well, there we go then. So, I'm a fantastically not very good person because I've already forgotten what it was I was supposed to do, so I guess I'll just have to explore. Good day to you and welcome to the Antarose. Do you have a reservation? Nope. Is this a restaurant then? 'Tis as you say, yes. I am the manager, Lecter. I attend to the restaurant's needs while the owner is away. Herein, the best quality ingredients and servers await you, amounting to the greatest dining experience of your life. I personally guarantee that if you partake of our delicacies, you will be emerged full and satisfied. Please come this way, I will gladly show you to a table. Wow, this guy's got a lot of confidence in his restaurant. Must admit it looks like a nice place. Yeah, but he's a bit pushy, don't you think? I mean, when I see this place, my first thought is cha-ching. We'd go broke if we ate here. It's not cheap, that's for certain. If one wished to stay for a full course dinner, let's see. It would require the bounty from 30 large monsters at minimum to gather enough mirror. Yeah, not for me thanks. At that price I'd gladly go street vendor. Deep fried pom on a stick, poms in a blanket. We're still going to pester everyone by talking to them. This flavour hasn't changed one bit. It's as good as ever. I hear the owner of this place changed a few years back, but the quality certainly hasn't dropped any. If anything, the food's gotten better since then. I need to shut the door so it stops rattling, but still. We've begun running out of certain goods here in Bose. And while we have no means of eliminating the problem, we can at least try to make it better, if only slightly. Army regulations, along with the grounding of airships, has a definite effect on the business that cannot be ignored. We need to reopen our negotiations and get things squared away as soon as possible. Welcome, welcome. Here for a good meal? If so, please let me show you to a table. No, we can't afford a table. I am the sommelier here. If you have any questions or concerns regarding wine, I will be more than happy to address them for you. My goodness, what a restaurant. It's just as glorious as I'd hoped it would ever be. But up until now, we've just been admiring it from afar. Well, what should I order then, I wonder? Hold. Spicy food is just the thing for an old man like me. Brings back the appetite, something fierce. I must say, this coriander-infused duck dish really does the trick. I bet I could eat another 2 of these easy. We've come from the capital for food and shopping. The capital is quite lively, but I must admit this town gives it a run for its money. I often know vacation with Marion. We have similar interests and obnoxious amounts of money to spend on them. Though my goal this time was more shopping than food, one can never have too many Dynadol wallets or Rona or cider salad bowls, after all. Sure, whatever. Okay, that's the guild. I guess we can slip in the back. I thought that we might get kicked out if we did, but... To a chef, each and every day is lived in pursuit of flavor. When the flavor stops, it's time to put down the kitchen knife once and for all. One must never be satisfied. Recipes must never stop. Complacency disqualifies you as a chef. A complacent chef is no chef at all, as far as I'm concerned. This guy's pretty intense. It's kind of scaring me. Yeah, he has the eyes of a pro. A really skilled, really psycho kind of pro. Insert psycho strings. It's amazing how tenacious the head chef is about his flavors. I'm trying to work on my flavors too. I can stay in the kitchen all night to perfect a new soup recipe. Darn, I was hoping there'd be something like a recipe book or something I could read from. Alright, this is the chapel. We went in here last time. Oh, here's the mayor's residence. I always get my west and my east confused. Wow, now isn't this a gorgeous place? Check out that crazy expensive looking chandelier. Calm down, Estelle. It looks like this is the mayor's place, alright. Now I just wonder if she's home. Oh, do we have visitors? Welcome to the Bose Mayor's residence. May I ask who you are, please? We're with the Bracer Guild. The mayor made a request to the guild and we've come here to inquire about the details. Well, I've heard from the mayor that we would be expecting you. However, I'm sorry to inform you that the mayor is currently out at the moment. She has gone to worship at the chapel. When do you expect her back, sir? Well, let me see. Actually, I would imagine her to be making a return any moment now. Well, we're kinda in a hurry to meet her. Do you think it would be alright to call on her at the chapel? Well, I don't wish to inconvenience you. Don't worry, it would probably save the both of us some trouble. If you don't mind me asking, what does the mayor look like? Like the typical wealthy person? Big hat with feathers in it? Dripping gemstones from every pore? Oh dear, that's a mental image I didn't need, Estelle. Feathers, gemstones from every... what? How colourful, but quite off the mark, I assure you. How would I describe her? Should I say she looks splendid, or should I say beautifully mature? If I could just find the right man, then I could retire in peace. Huh? Never mind, I was just thinking out loud. Ah yes, this may help. The mayor has a maid accompanying her. That might be the easiest way to find her. The mayor's being accompanied by a maid? That sounds easy enough to find in the crowd of people. Let's hurry over to the chapel. So I've got to go back to the chapel again. And this is the hotel. We might as well visit on the way. Welcome. Please enjoy our hotel's atmosphere, which is rich with tradition. Oh, we're still not allowed in the linen room. I'm so busy today. I want to hurry and finish all these terrible jobs, then head out on the town. Yeah, you never know when you're going to see something interesting. That's the thing, isn't it? Oh, that's not the front door, is it? That's a bar. Nah, we'll head to chapel. Man, we're just going around in one big circle around the middle of town, aren't we? Oh, you're the maid we're looking for. And you are? She has a character portrait. Still, that wasn't very polite. My apologies, we're with the Bracer Guild. We're looking for the mayor so we can confirm the details of a job she requested. Oh, I see. Please let me introduce myself. I'm her maid, Lila. I see to the mayor's daily needs. Being served hand and foot, huh? The worlds we live in really are different. So where is the mayor, if you don't mind me asking? Didn't she come here to pray? She's playing hooky from her religious duties. Huh? I'm sure she's probably in the middle of inspecting the situation in the market. She took off after telling me to pray for her too. I don't know how I should say this, but the mayor seems like she has quite a unique personality. Well, doesn't she sound interesting? Even if she weren't the mayor, I'd be kind of intrigued. There's no doubt she's a capable person, although she does seem to have a bit of an unrestrained aspect to her at times. Anyway, I'm on my way to meet her right now. I don't mean to sound impolite, but would you mind waiting at her residence? I will let her know you're there. I don't know how I feel about going back there empty-handed. Would it be alright if we came along with you instead? Come with me to meet the mayor? Well, I guess it's okay. Let's make our way over to the Bose market then. We have a maid in the party now. Sadly, she doesn't look like a permanent party member. Don't try to walk into a door you can't see. Unless you've had practice with it at any rate. Wow, this place really is huge. Wonder where the mayor is. Well, she does stand out in a crowd, so I'm sure you'll be able to find her right away. Oh, just as I thought. The two of you should be absolutely ashamed of yourselves. Trying to force up the price of food at a time like this by buying it all up. You're not fit to be merchants in Bose. But ma'am, we were just thinking about how to increase sales for the Bose market in general. I don't want to hear any more from you. If there were other products it would be a different story, but making undue profits on necessities will lead to negative publicity for the market. Return these goods to their original prices at once. Alright, we'll do as you say. Now don't doubt your passion for the Bose market, I want you to understand this. Commerce, when you get right down to it, is the established relationship of trust between people. Believe me, I say, if you do business with that in mind, you can become wonderful merchants in Bose. Yes, ma'am. We'll do our best. Why do I get the feeling that I've seen her on the title screen for Steam on this, madam? Lila, so you came, huh? I'm sorry you had to see that side of me. Actually, you did a wonderful job as always. But never mind that, these people are here to see you. Please come back home immediately. I know what that emblem is. Would you be the braces I requested? Yep, that's us, but so does that mean you're... So forgive me for not introducing myself. My name is Maybell. I'm the owner of this market and mayor of the Bose region. I suppose if you own the biggest part of Bose, you might as well be the mayor too. This restaurant looks super expensive. Are we really going to have a meeting here? I often use this place for business meetings. The food is quite good too. I tell you what I thought the mayor of Bose was a woman, but I've never imagined she'd be this young. Based on looks alone, I'd guess that you're only 4 or 5 years older than me. Actually, I feel like I'm nothing more than an unworthy successor to my father. My late father was the previous mayor, and all I did was inherit the rights to the Bose market and the political foundation he set up. That's a rather unvarnished self-evaluation if I've ever heard one. After all, I'm just the daughter of a businessman. There's no sense in getting high about that. But anyway, would it be alright to go over the details of my request with you again? Sure, that'd be fine. Well, what I'd like you to do is investigate the disappearance of the missing airship and bring the closure to the incident. I'm of the opinion that races would bring about much more desirable results concerning this incident than the army is currently producing. You could just say, I feel like the races would do a better job than the army would, but got to make it a mouthful, don't you? The reason being, we're not fighting a war, we're trying to find answers and solve a mystery. Well, I for one would be honoured, but don't you think you're just overrating us a bit? Lila, just call it a... I can't tell the word because it covers up... it's a box about this point here, and it covers up just the top of this conversation, so I can't... Either way, you look very cunning. I'm glad that I paused to talk about that so I could see it. A businesswoman's prerogative. The fact of the matter is, an influential businessman was aboard the airliner that disappeared. In addition, the Royal Army continues to keep the Bose airspace as a no-fly zone. Business is going to suffer. And just when business had been booming prior to the Queen's birthday celebration too. I see, so this is an economic appeal, right? Yes, and it's something which I can't trust to be left up to the army alone. So what do you think? Will you accept my request for help in the matter? Well, we have our own reasons for wanting to investigate the incident and we'd like to accept the job, but the army has been actively excluding races from anything having to do with the incident. So, I don't suppose you could pull the mayor card for us? Maybe show the army who's running the show? Excluding braces, huh? This must have something to do with General Morgan then. The man has disliked braces from the very beginning. So you know who the general is, Mayor Maybell? He was a friend of my late father's. Tentatively speaking, we have a passing acquaintance with each other. So I might just be able to do something for you. Meaning... Lila? Yes, ma'am. Lila produced a sheet of letter paper and a fountain pen from her pocket and handed them to Mayor Maybell. Of course she just keeps everything she needs around, she's a hyper-competent maid. I guess this should be sufficient. Here, please take this with you. Received Mayor Maybell's letter. What's this letter for? It's a letter of request to General Morgan. It's to inform him of my request for information about the incident as the official responsible for the region. I think this should be enough to get some information out of the army. I see. I wonder if that race-hating general will even meet with us at all. I think it would be a pretty safe bet as long as you hide your identities. You should probably be best served by saying your messages for the mayor. I don't know if I like the sound of that. It feels like we're lying or something. It's not lying, we're just not retelling him everything. It's a creative application of the truth. Since this is a time-sensitive situation, I think we should be practical about it. I guess you're right, Joshua. By the way, where do we need to go to meet General Morgan? There's a fort called the Hagen Fort on the international border to the north of Bose. You should be able to find the general there. Alright everyone, I'm counting on you. You just leave everything to us. If we find out anything, we'll come and let you know. I'll be looking forward to some good news. Goodbye and have a wonderful day. Goodbye. Alright, let's get going, shall we? The Haken Gate is at the end of the Asen Road to the north of the East Bose Highway. In short, we need to head out the East Gate, then turn north, right? Alrighty then, Haken Gate, here we come. And we've got about 4 minutes or so before we start going into overtime, so I just want to keep exploring the place. For example, what does the market have? You have medications. You look very fancy. I love looking for bargains. Whenever there are antiques to be found, I just can't ignore it. The mayor just stopped by a minute ago and gave us some advice on how to run our business. She was even kind enough to teach me about setting out goods and how to address customers. After that, she bought some dishes from us. Oh, you give out actual equipment. That's kind of important. Used by pro chefs, and sometimes in domestic disputes. Huh. Ooh, this reduces damage, but it also gives, laundry pole turned weapon. Ingenious or pathetic. It also gives 1 extra point in range. I don't think I want to buy 3 of them though. Leave some money for the rest of things. I snuck off to come here and look around. There's so many unusual things to see. So I guess this is where everyone comes to shop, huh? I'm not allowed to turn the camera though. I guess if I wanted to walk to Ruin, I'd have to hike over a mountain, huh? There's no way I could get my wife to do that with me. At this rate, the cost of lodging is only going to pile up. Whenever I come by this place, I always find myself stopping in. Since I basically come here every day, I probably know where things are in this place better than the shop owner himself. Herself. Business here ever since back in the days when this was an open-air market. In other words, I'm the most senior merchant here in the market. So I guess you're a real veteran here, huh? Yeah, we're talking more than 40 years ago when I started up this business. At that time there wasn't a wonderful building here like you see now. Bose may have changed a lot, but the air of excitement you see here is the one thing that hasn't. Okay, we have that. We have that, we have that. We have all your books, ma'am. I'm sorry, I feel sorry for our husband. I feel kind of lucky that our flight was cancelled. Now I'll just be able to spend more time shopping. Oh dear. All my products are here made with a woman's touch. They're just as good as anybody else's, if not better. Each month, one shop in the market receives an award from the mayor. Last month, my shop was chosen for being the most scrupulous. Now I just feel like working all the harder. Interesting. Looks like the mayor's got her own ideas about how to make the economy grow here in Bose. Yeah, she may be young, but you can definitely see that she's really supporting the market. Alright, I've decided today we're going to have fish. Now the bigger question, whether to grill the fish or to boil it. I mean, I'm vegetarian, so I would have neither. We had only thought about profit. Mayor Mabel was exactly right about us when she got angry. We were on the verge of straying from the path of a merchant. I wonder if you'd actually see much higher prices if you came here before the... before you do the quest with the mayor. That would be kind of interesting. Actually, you know what? I'll come back and buy food when I have actual need for it. When you start a business here, you can receive aid from the city. Wow, Bose really is a city of commerce, just like everyone says. Yes, it's because it's the Mayor Mabel's father at the time. The city has supported this place. The reason we're all able to have our own stores here is because of the late Mayor Mabel's father. Yet I regret to say I've caused a bit of trouble for the mayor. I've brought disgrace upon the merchants of Bose. Okay, I'll buy an orange and an apple, but that's it. I hate shopping and then not buying anything. It makes me feel dirty. Hang on a tick. Hi Dorothy, what you up to? Well, don't you all just have shining faces today? Okay, now spot off the camera, please. Looks like she can't hear you. Yeah, I guess she's off in her own little world again. Originally, I was commissioned officer in the Royal Army. For some reason I just couldn't give up my dream, so I left it all behind and gave up a shop and opened a shop. My wife fought me tooth and nail about this, so I've got to work hard to make her understand why I chose this path. My daughter, on the other hand, is happy about my business. Ooh, expensive. We are broke. Oh. Okay, this is the food that we can use for new recipes, but... The pure smile of a girl who works here at this shop is to die for. In fact, I come here to buy sweets several times a day just to see her smile. I recently started helping out around the store, but I'm still learning the ropes. I actually still get embarrassed if trying to invite customers to look at our wares. I know I'm going to have to do something to change my attitude, but... I forgot what I was supposed to buy. This is after my mum let me came here all by myself. Maybe I should just go home and ask again. If you want to get your hands on advertised items, you have to camp out in front of the market well before it opens. That's pretty much the basic of all basics for shoppers. And I'd say we've investigated everything in this market. Can't see anyone new, so yeah. In the next episode, we're going to have to keep exploring the place just in case there's other sorts of collectibles that we might be missing out on. Until then, guys. Take care. I'll see you all around.